Welcome to another Smokebox for BREALTV. I'm Dr. Green Them, aka Be Real, here with our special guest, Dee Nasty, up in here.
Hey! What's up, guys? I'm Dee Nasty, and you think you had a bad weekend?
Are you looking for the love of your life? So now, when a guy aggressively screams, "Hey, yo, ma, let me eat that butt," it's done through the app, so it's very classy.
Fruit salad bong.
What up, what up?
What up, what up? We got Damon Stale Blazer up in the back seat in E-Zone. And, we're going to blaze these joints on Funky Field Tips as we always do. And welcome, Dee.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. I know, you be on a busy schedule. I mean, you do things for Vice, you do things for E, you do stuff independently. And, I mean, with all that, you still find time to do, open mic stand-up.
Yeah. Definitely.
How's everything been going for you since your schedule is just, constantly got you working?
I just really try to keep my mind on whatever's in front of me in that moment. So, I just try not to overwhelm myself because if anything, I'll just lose my mind. So, I just take it one step at a time, to be completely honest with you. And everything that I do, I make sure that I'm enjoying it so it doesn't necessarily feel like work.
Yeah.
Because once it starts feeling like work, then I'm just I'm over it.
Yeah, I think you got to enjoy your work. You know what I mean? Because the minute it's, you don't enjoy it, it is work. It's not something that, you kind of lose your passion for it. Is that what you feel about a comedy? It's not work, it's your passion, so...
It's a little bit of both, but it's worth it. Because I've been doing stand-up consistently right now about a year. But going hard, I would say in the past 6 months. So I feel like it's paying off. It's where I feel the best because obviously when you're on camera, you gotta think a lot about everything. Especially what I'm wearing, my makeup, how I look. Then I gotta think about, is it funny? I have to do certain takes. But when you're on stage, you get one take.
It's right there.
Yeah, and ain't nobody checking for what you're wearing. I could go up in sweats, it doesn't matter. You feel me?
Yeah, as long as you're funny.
Yeah, exactly, and I want that to be the focus. So I don't want to be the girl that's out there with a little halter top. I will do it. Right. Don't get me wrong, but I try my best not to because I want to just go there and I want people to be like, "Yo,
focus on the funny." Yeah, focus on the funny.
Yeah, exactly. First, and then later on you can think whatever you want. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Yeah, what's the hardest part about being a comedian for you?
The hardest part is just actually putting in the work, I feel like before I do a show, I have a process, right?
Right.
So the day of, I make sure to do the set 5 times before I go on. So in the morning, I'm rereading it, this and that, but then a couple hours before the set, I do the set as if I have people in front of me.
Right.
So, I have altered versions of it though, because it depends on your crowd. So you don't know which way it's gonna go until you're actually up there on stage.
Right.
So you just gotta keep it in mind and just learn how to memorize all your shit.
Right.
And it's really all about the delivery, to be honest.
Right.
Because there's always gonna be a joke that you forget while you're on stage. You don't always remember everything verbatim.
Yeah.
But as long as you have a good rapport with the people, my form of comedy is kind of acting like I'm talking to my friends.
Yeah, and you could get back on track if you fall off just because it's almost conversational, right?
Exactly. And my shit is kind of high energy. There's a lot of comedians that are deadpan or very monotone. I'm very high energy and I make sure that I don't want to be jumping out the window and everything, but that's how I feel comfortable. Because the time that I have tried to slow it down and be try to be smart with it, too smart, then it comes out I'm trying.
Right.
So I just rather be myself.
Yeah.
And I'm very physical in the way that I do my comedy. I use my body a lot and I laugh with the people. So I feel also when I'm laughing, it's kind of buying me time to remember my next joke.
Right. That's a good technique though.
I be laughing at my own shit. I'm not recording.
Who were some of the influences coming up?
Definitely Dave Chappelle was the reason why I wanted to be a stand-up comedian.
And you know what's cool is that you say that because when you talk to a lot of comedians, they talk about the older ones, the old school ones like Richard Pryor and guys like that, and it's great to hear comedians start giving it up to Dave Chappelle because he is a genius. He's
so smart with it. The way that he presents it, it's just I I just feel like within his jokes, he has like little pockets of jokes, and it's just like, yo, like this man's brain.
Yeah, his subtleties are fucking,
Exactly.
it's crazy.
Like, I think the reason also why I got so into comedy was because like my brother is a lot older than I am, right? So like when the Dave Chappelle show came out, we discovered it at the same time. We was watching Comedy Central. We were like, what the fuck is this? Like, we didn't know him. I'm like, ain't that the dude? He did a movie.
He did
Half
movies.
Baked.
Yeah, he did a few movies.
Yeah, we were like, oh shit, it's the dude from Half Baked. So we started watching it. We're like, yo, this shit is genius, and we got obsessed with it. So from that point on, I was like, yo, like this is it. Like I could do that. Like I could do sketches and I could do stand up.
Yeah.
Which I kind of be trying to do.
You ever think about going out for like SNL and shit like that?
I've thought about it. Like, I mean, I should try. I do actually know people that work on SNL. I think I should just definitely go for it, yeah. I don't know what's wrong.
Hey, why not? Why not try it?
Have you experienced one of those? Because every comic goes through it. Like you eventually you go through one of those things where you feel like you bomb.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, like,
of course.
That was that like the first time you deal with it.
My man, that shit is embarrassing. So.
That
shit is embarrassing. The very first time that I went up there, like I speak English and Spanish. I went there, I didn't speak neither language. Like I don't know what I said. Like I wasn't speaking a dialect. I spoke Yoda. Like, you know how his sentences are like backwards and shit. So it was so terrible. It was so bad, and like everyone looked at me like, ugh. Like it was the worst thing. But when I got off of it, like I didn't feel bad. I didn't feel like defeated, because my thing is like I compare everything to like they're gonna beat me up. You know, like, so I'm like, I got off the stage and I was still alive. I'm like, these motherfuckers didn't kill me. So like, I feel good that I did it.
Yeah.
I just have to prep better next time, and that's what I did.
You ever had to deal with like hecklers or anything like that?
Of course.
How do you deal with the hecklers?
Yeah, I mean, I've never had like a really negative heckler, but it's like people get hyped, they be drinking and shit.
They're trying to get at you,
so,
right?
not even get at you, they just want to be funny too.
Ah, right.
You know, and I feel like also people get mad open.
An observer comedian, right?
Yeah.
They're sitting there watching the show and then they want to be funny too.
Exactly. So they want to just be a part of the show and stuff. So like you go back and forth, and that's actually something that I'm learning a lot more now. That crowd work is very, very important in comedy. And it's not only about just memorizing it. So you have to be kind of in the moment, you know? But I don't know, you just kind of have to like tell them to shut up after a while. And like I'm kind of rude in my shit. But then I'm also nice, so I'll be like shutting people down in a nice way. I'm like, okay, my man, go to sleep. Like, let me finish my stuff.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to have a way of handling that shit. I mean, probably every comedian goes through that too.
Absolutely.
Their share of bombs and share of hecklers and shit. I mean, rappers go through that too. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, there's some shows where it's just like, you hear crickets.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that shit.
And then there's shows where the middle finger's up at you the whole time, and it's not because they cool with you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I think every entertainer that has to go in front of a live crowd, and you know, whether it's a intimate show or, you know, like a festival setting where there's just a lot of people there, or an arena, I mean, you know, it's a gamble, but like once you get them in the palm of your hand and you vibing with them, you pretty much got
it. Yeah, you gotta vibe with them. It's all about the energy. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's a high adrenaline situation. But I love it, especially when it goes super well. Like I had a show on Tuesday that went really well. But it's all about the environment. Like every comedian there was very good, and the crowd was very good. Like it's very rare to get a crowd that's like, they want you to win. You know, like they were like hyped too. So it was like, that felt really good. I'd be coming up, like I was high for like 2 days. So like, woo.
It's always good when the crowd's open like that, for sure. Now you be doing a lot of shit with Vice too, right? Or you do some things with Vice. You do D on the streets, right?
Yeah, I do D on the street. So it's like basically me going out onto the street, asking people questions about like certain topics or whatever is trending. But I be fucking with people while I do it.
Do they like what's the craziest shit you had to ask somebody?
The very first one that I did was one about like how millennials are having less sex than their parents.
Right.
Were when they were our age. So, yeah.
That's great.
Exactly. So like millennials
hilarious.
are just weird people who, even though everything is over-sexualized now, nobody's really fucking like that.
Right.
So I was asking like people on a campus like how their lives are, and I was meeting like 19 and 20-year-old virgins. I was like a hoe when I was 19. Like I was out here in the streets, you know. And people were like, oh, we want to just start like I want to be an entrepreneur and I want to start my legacy and blah blah blah. And then people are like afraid of getting pregnant. I'm like, you know, there's condoms.
Right.
So I asked people about period sex, their thoughts on period sex.
Go all in.
That was kind of crazy, right?
Pedro ran away right now.
That wasn't even my idea. I think Vice had written an article that did kind of well. It did well, and it was on that topic about people's opinions on period sex. So they're like, hey, you should just go out and ask people. Like,
what do they think of period sex?
yeah, most people are okay with it. Some people are definitely not. I feel like actually most women are, like, it was more women that weren't okay. Dudes were like, yeah,
Right.
right.
It's the last day, right?
It's the last days, the late days. They could've told.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, girls like, yeah.
Do you got any gigs coming up?
I do have a gig coming up May 30th in Brooklyn. I'm gonna put it on my story because I forgot where the location is.
Right.
So I have that, and then what else do I have going on? I don't know. Just stay tuned to my Instagram. I do shit like on a weekly basis. So.
That's right.
But it's always last minute. I'm kind of all over the place though.
So you're in Cali. How you enjoying the Cali weed out here?
I love the Cali weed. I've been on my edible shit though lately. Like, I really like the edibles.
You fuck more with edibles than like smoking it?
Lately, yeah. But this is good weed. What is this?
That is what did you roll up, Pedro? Sequoia sherbet. That's from our dispensary. Right?
Yeah, this tastes good. It doesn't like burn my throat either.
Oh no, it's clean.
This is good.
It's ultra clean.
Very.
What do you like eating in regards to edibles? Like, and what made you like get into it? Were you just like, fuck, this is like a super duper high, or like?
Well, actually, you know, we did this 420 Weed Week thing for Viceland, and then that dinner was really good because actually I hadn't fucked with edibles for a minute. I was just smoking or vaping it.
Yeah.
So, because, you know, in New York, it's not legal, so you get some wild ass edibles. You don't know what the milligrams are.
Yeah, no one really knows what they're dosing into the shit.
Yeah, so sometimes you have like bad situations with edibles and you're like, yo, like you get too high, you get a little crazy and shit. So I wasn't touching it for a minute, but what we did was kind of like a microdose dinner, and it came out in different servings.
Yeah, it came out like the appetizer, the main course, and then the dessert.
It was a couple courses.
It kind of worked its way into your system.
Yeah, and it was mad chill. So then I was chilling with Vanessa from Bon Appetit, right? Yeah. And we went out to a dispensary out here, and she put me on. She was like, yo, like, these shits is good. So I just got a couple cookies.
Yeah, she knows what's up.
She knows what is up. Yeah.
For sure.
We went to some place that was kind of like, we just had lunch and we went to some spot and it was whack. She was like, nah, let me take you to my place. I'm like, ooh, okay.
No, she knows her shit.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to Chef Miguel Trinidad, he was the one who put together that dinner for us.
Yo, and he's Dominican. Shout out to my Dominican people.
Word.
You know, gotta put it out there.
Word up. So what you got popping next?
So I just I gotta keep some shit a secret.
Well, yeah, you don't gotta tell us everything.
Okay.
You know.
Well, I am developing a show right now with my cousin Sasha Mercy. She's also a comedian, and she does a lot of things on Instagram and stand-up as well here in Cali. And we have a show coming out. We've been writing it for a couple years, and it's just about two chicks from the Bronx, Dominican, in their mid to late 20s, just trying to figure shit out. And it's funny, talk about a lot of different things. Failed threesomes, you know, a few other topics, just living in New York, hustling, trying to make a dream and shit. And I'm excited about it. I'm excited for it to go into production.
Right on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shit, good luck with that.
Thank you so much.
Word up. We want to thank you for taking the time to jump in the Smokebox.
Thank you for having me. This was dope.
That's right. It is dope.
Literally.
Let them know where to find you.
You can find me on Instagram, dee.nasty, or on my Twitter, dsonasty.
Word up. Check her out on Viceland. Check out her stand-up. Subscribe to the channel. Leave comments. It's been another Smokebox. Stay blazed.
Got the heart of a lion, soul of a titan, mind of a genius, fly with the height. All your senses are senseless, resistant, relentless. It's what they call you when your grind is endless. Let's get this.
They say I'm psycho, I move weight like lipo. Got a big crib like Michael, out the window with a rifle. My wrist game on light show. I'm backstage with white hoes, I got pre-roll.